Tom and Dan here at Sharpening Supplies, and today we are going to be talking about the range of sharpening stones and accessories from Nanohone. So Dan,
yes,
where would you like to start?
Well, let's start with the stones. So Nanohone has developed stones that are similar to the Shapton in that they're a layer of abrasive material mounted, in this case, an aluminum plate. And these are very nice feel water stones. They're splash and go. They really give nice feedback in use. They develop a bit of a slurry. Very nice to use. It's got a very full range of these. They come from, for my notes here, 70 micron to 1 micron. And that's roughly 200 grit to 10,000 grit, pardon me. They do tend to prefer to work in micron, so most of their grit numbers are going to be given in micron. But that's their main line of water stones. And you can see as well, backs are color coordinated. So even though the stones are all the same color, you can tell what grit you have by the back. A new feature that they're doing is put in a QR code.
Oh, nice.
On the back of many of their products so that you can get more information about them. And you'll notice the holes in here. I'll come back to that in a moment. But besides the standard water stones, they have a line of diamond and resin stones. And these are kind of fun. They're made on a 3D printer and have this really kind of cool honeycomb pattern about them. Which makes them slough off the waste material really, really effectively, cut very nicely. These are similar to, say, Naniwa's diamond and resin stone. So we have a layer of resin with diamond. It does wear somewhat like a water stone, and as it wears, it exposes fresh diamond underneath. These are a little bit softer than some of the other similar stones. So they're a little bit easier to flatten when they do require some flattening. But these are a great way to get more of a diamond stone feel, or pardon me, a water stone feel in a diamond stone. The range of grits on these is 25 microns down to 1 micron. So that's about 600 grit, again, to 10K, 10,000. And there's another interesting line. The surf stones. Now, these are diamond stones, diamonds on a thin plate that is attached to a thicker plate. It's actually got a nice groove on here so that you can use this as a kind of handheld flattening stone. And these plates with the diamonds on are actually removable.
Oh, nice.
They are pretty securely taped in place, but when it does wear out, you can peel that off and put a replacement one back on. So you don't have to replace the entire stone. And the range of grits on these go down to, I think, 110 micron. So they are a bit coarser. But another feature of Nanohone that's really kind of interesting is they've developed this to all work together as a system. So, mentioned the holes in the back of the plate before. Okay, those holes match up with posts on the stone stage. And this is really a massive stone holder. You don't need to worry about that going around anywhere. And when you set the stone on, it's quite securely mounted, not going anywhere. Then, one step further, the stone stage has got a larger hole in it. And if you look at the 3 ponds that we have here, the sharpening ponds to keep the water contained, they each have 1, 2, or 3 posts. And that hole fits on top of that. So now we're securely mounted on our stone stage and then on our pond. We pivot things around. You can see there's options for single, double, or triple in the ponds. Likewise, they have just introduced a sink bridge. And this has got a very similar system on there, so you can mount this on a sink, and you can either mount your stone or the stone stage directly onto here.
Okay.
Great. The other thing we should talk about are the flattening stones. We have a couple different flattening stones. So this is the NL4. This is more similar to what you may be familiar with as a diamond lapping stone. Diamonds plated onto the surface of metal. It's got the grooves in here that helps it cut efficiently and clear off the waste material. You'll notice these are narrower than many others you may have used. They're usually used by holding the flattening plate and moving it over the sharpening stone.
Right, and you've got these really deep grooves along the side to give you a nice secure grip for that.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, they're very easy to control that way, and they're nice and long as well, so you don't have to worry about coming off of your stone. That one is the NL4. That's very straightforward. This one, the NL10, this is a bit more interesting. So these knobs here are diamonds in a matrix. That whole knob is diamonds all the way through.
Okay.
So even though these will wear very, very slowly, as they do wear, there's fresh diamonds underneath. And so the NL10, if you're looking for something kind of the ultimate in flattening stones, this is a very nice piece for that.
What kind of pattern would you have to use moving the stone or that over the stone? Because I imagine you wouldn't just go in a straight line.
Right. I've seen a couple different recommendations. I tend to go in a circle, trying to keep the wear as evenly spread out. I've also seen suggested kind of a cross pattern and then a circle. But anything that keeps the wear spread out over the entire surface of both stones, actually. And if you're absolutely correct. If you just go back and forth, you're likely to work some unevenness in. So you want to keep it moving around.
Excellent. And then we've got a fun little thing towards the end there.
This is the strop. And doesn't look like a strop you may be familiar with. But what this is it's the same diamond resin material as are in the diamond resin stones, but obviously in a long bar with a handhold. And the idea with these is you can sharpen in place in your kitchen very effectively right here, nice and stable, safe to keep out. Also, the spacing of these will fit most sinks. You can drop this down on a sink so you have a strop right there on your sink near your water source. So another very handy invention. And the grit range on these is 25 microns, again down to 1 micron. So 600 grit through 10,000 grit.
Excellent. Cool. So I think these products are some of the coolest looking stones that we've got, especially with the different patterns going on. And then this integrated system is really cool. If I had some stones already, if I had, say, some Shaptons or Nanoirs, can I use this system?
Sure. So you'll notice the base. The base plates are available individually with no stone on them. And there's also some adhesive strips that are available that you can use to mount any stone onto one of these plates. So if you prefer working with other stones or you've got a favorite you don't want to give up, you can mount it onto a Nanohone plate and it will fit right on the stone stage.
Excellent. So all of these stones and more, if you want to fit them into the base, are available on sharpeningsupplies.com. So head over there and check it out.